Hello guys, welcome back to the kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to brine in a bag. For this example I'm going to be using two 1 kilo ham hocks and I'll take you through the whole process. Let's get into it. Okay, so first thing we need to do is to create the brine, and I've got here 220 grams of salt, and this is just ordinary table salt, going into a litre of cold water. Now into that I'm putting 28 grams of Prague powder number 1. Now this is salt and sodium nitrite mixture, and this is going to do the curing. We've got a litre of brine here because each one of our ham hocks is a kilo, and you should use, if you're going to brine in a bag, half the weight of the meat in terms of brine. So you want your brine to be half the weight of your meat, and that's why I've got a kilo, because I've got 2 hocks and we are going to be putting each one of these into a separate bag. If you're doing them in one bag, then that's absolutely fine. So this is a technique that I like to use because it means that I can save a little bit of space. If you have to put a brine bucket in the fridge, because that's where ideally you really want to brine, that can cause some space issues. So our brine's there, we'll put that to one side and we'll come back to that in a second. There we are. I'm using vacuum bags, but if you don't have a vacuum bag and you want to use an ordinary bag, once you've got it in the bag, make sure the meat's completely covered by brine, and then pop it in here, so that pop it in a plastic container so that it doesn't spill or fall over in the fridge. I would recommend it if you're going to be doing this for any length of time. Then, you know, if you're going to take it seriously, then get yourself a cheapo vacuum sealer. This one's about 35 quid, and then you can use these vacuum bags, which I've got here, and these are textured on one side, plain clear on the other side, and the texture really is so that this machine here can actually draw a vacuum from these. Right, we've got our ham hocks. So these have been pre-trimmed, and I'm just going to do a little bit of preparation before these go into the brine. Obviously I want to brine these for about a week. They're not very thick, but I want to get that penetration of the brine, and we've got a fair bit of skin on here, so I'm just attacking these. So if you're suffering a bit of stress and you want to leave it a little bit, hand by yourself. Mind your hand when you're doing this. You want to be down the old emergency department. There's our 2 hocks, prepared, ready to go in the bags, and all we do is we put one in one bag, one in the other. I'll just wipe my hands. So I've got nice dry hands. Now I'm going to stand these bags up, and to help me do that, I'll just pop them in this little plastic container. So I've got my brine here now. I've got a litre, so I've got to ditch 500 grams of these. There we go, that's 500 grams. So now you can see that's in the bag, but it's clearly not covered by brine. So how do we draw this up? So I've got a little bit of a cheat here. So let me just get this out of the way. So I've got a vacuum machine here, which I'm going to use, but I'm going to use it in a very particular way. So you've just seen me angle the edge of this bag over. So I'm going to offer the vacuum machine up and close it onto the bag. Now, if I was to just draw a vacuum here, let it go through its ordinary cycle, I would end up with loads of brine coming out of the bag. So you have to be a little bit cute here. When you do this, you have to press vacuum, and then as you see the moisture coming up, as you see the water coming up, you then have to press cancel and seal very quickly. Now I'm aware not all vacuum machines have this facility, so if yours doesn't, I'm sorry, you'll have to find another way of doing it. But if you do have a JML style vacuum machine which does have the vacuum and the cancel button, the cancel is the important one here. So let's give it a go. You've got to be quite nippy with it, so I'll shut up and do this. There we go, just caught that in time. Okay, let's see how we've gone. I'll just unlock that, open it up. And the first thing I like to do is I like to check the seal. And sometimes I just go around with a piece of paper on the inside just to make absolutely sure. So I'll just check and make sure. So I think that needs a second seal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer the vacuum machine up. I'm not going to do a vacuum seal this time, I'm just going to do a heat seal. With any luck, you can see that seal's gone on there. With any luck, that should be 100% sealed. So, nice thing about this is that we've got the brine surrounding completely that ham hock. Okay, so that is completely surrounded there, and I think you'll agree that can just go straight into the fridge. We're going to cure this for 7 days. You could leave it a little bit longer if you wanted to, up to 10 days would be fine. We're going to have these for Christmas. We're going to make our terrines from these in just over sort of 7 days. We'll let one go for 7, we'll probably let the other one go for a little bit longer. But these can go straight into the fridge now, and we'll catch up with them when they're ready to come out. Well, the Ham Hocks are doing their thing in the fridge, they're brining. That's going to take about a week. We are going to turn these into the most amazing ham hock terrines. If you'd like to see that whole process, catch the next video and we'll show you that from start to finish. See you then.